Hi everyone! I'm doing a video today of some taste testing, getting back into taste testing. But because I now do keto and I've been doing it since July of last year and I'm very happy with how I have had results with it. I've lost a lot of weight, as you could probably tell. I've got collarbones. You can see my ribs, I'm so skinny. And so I can't do crisp taste testing anymore. Dang, unless I make my own crisps out of, I don't know, kale or zucchini or something. So, but I can do dark chocolate. So I always thought I would do a taste test today. Now I have tasted them before, but this is more for people so you can experience it with me. Ooh. And I'm going to do 3. I'm going to do one of my go-tos. It's one of the cheaper ones. It's easy to get hold of in most places. And it's Lindt Excellence 90% Cocoa. Dark Supreme. Nom nom nom. And I'm also going to do the one that's a little more challenging to find. This is a British company called Montezuma's. This is their Absolute Black. They do 3 flavours, and today I've got with me the orange and cocoa nib one. So I'll be doing that one, and that is a Absolute Black. It's a 100% cocoa solid. And then the last one I'm going to do is a M&S 100% cocoa. This is a single origin from Peru. So I know with these ones they change the origin on a regular basis. So this one's from Peru. This is the first one I have actually tried of their range. And as you can see, they've all been opened. So I will tell you my experiences. So if you know anything about chocolate, which I only know a little bit because I love chocolate, is that you should usually work up from, and this is with anything, you should work up from the milder to the stronger. So that means we're going to start with the Lindt Excellence 90%. I keep looking at the camera. I should look in there, that camera, because that was rude. There we go. And I'm in the bedroom on a semi-sunny day, and it's a bit windy, and ooh. So 90% chocolate. Now with this, with keto, if you are a follower of keto or if you don't know anything about it, the very, very loose premise of it is high fat, mid protein, very low carbs. So when you're looking at these sorts of products, you try and get anything that has as little sugar or no sugar as possible, and that the carbs are as low as possible. So this one, the 90%, does have sugar in it. Its ingredients are 90% cocoa. You got cocoa mass, cocoa butter. Oh yeah. It does have low-fat cocoa powder, which is a bit of a shame. Sugar and vanilla. So the sugar is where it's a bit of an issue. However, you can have it, you just don't have a lot of it. And its carb rating per 100 grams, because I always read by 100 grams, is 14 grams of carbs per 100. So it's actually pretty good, especially when you look at other ones, which are like your milk chocolates and your sugared chocolates, your ones that are anything lower than 85% cocoa, and you're looking at anywhere from 30 to 50 to 60 grams of carbs per 100 grams. So this is pretty good. So, comes in cardboard box. A lot of these ones will come in a cardboard box that folds out. Ta-da, like that. And I always like to do that. I like to fold the whole thing out. This one's really sweet in that it has a little pop. So, you know, if you didn't actually open the whole box, you have that, and then you can grab the foil wrapping like that. See, ta-da! And then that pops back in, sort of. But I do it this way. Inside the wrapper is your ubiquitous Lindt, oh, upside down, Miss Jane. Lindt wrapper, nice foil. It's sealed like this, so it is fully sealed. And I have broken off a square already. They come in, I thought I broke it off a square. Here we are. So I broke off a square. This is the size of a square. It says Lindt on it. Beautiful dark chocolate colour. I mean, that's why they call it chocolate brown, because it's this sort of colour. So it's a very, very dark chocolate. So that the cover here, that is black, if you can see on the screen. And as you can see, it is pretty close to a black colour. It's nice and dark. Have I got anything else that's black? Have I? Okay, there's black. There you go. That's a better look. See? So you can see it is brown. It's quite dark. It also leaves a nice fingerprint. So it's got a good warmth. So the smell of it, it has that, salivary glands. It has that real chocolate smell. Like it smells like chocolate, but it smells like a chocolate that is strong. It doesn't taste milky at all. But it smells, yeah, you would quintessence, if you smelt this, you go, that's chocolate. There's no denying that it smells like chocolate. It hasn't got a massive melting point. You can see I've been holding it for a few seconds and there's not really much of a melting point. This is a hard life, I tell you. So it's got a very intense, very filling mouthfeel, and the taste is intense. However, it still tastes very chocolatey, like what you would think of as chocolate. And there's a hint right at the end of the mouth of the bitterness or the acidity that you get with a very dark chocolate. I mean, this is pretty dang dark. This is 90% cocoa. There's only a little bit of other things in it. So, and they recommend, look at that colour. Oh, look at that colour. They recommend that you actually try and let it sit on your tongue. Good crack. So this is the hard bit for me. So as it's melting, now it takes a while to melt. The overriding thing is this buttery, creamy flavour, but very intense. Yeah, and at the end, there is that slight astringency of the darker chocolates. So I'll eat the rest of that later. I've eaten a little bit of it. Oh, that's going to bug me if I don't do that. And you can hear the snick of it. It really coats the mouth as well. So it's sort of like a, I think you call it legs if it's wine. But yeah, it's lovely. It's an easy chocolate to eat as well, in the fact that you don't have to cleanse your palate too much. It's a lovely chocolate to go to if you're in keto, if you just like really, really intensely dark chocolate and you want to have some chocolate, this is the one to go for. But saying that, if you were a, I don't know, 30% cocoa or dairy milk, you know, lots of milkiness, 30 to 45%, and you went immediately to a 90%, you would probably go, what the heck was I just eating? Because that didn't taste like chocolate to me. But it still does. This is probably the closest to a milky chocolate that you're going to get with these higher ones.